What up, everybody? It's the Sports Chasers podcast coming to you live and direct. This is a podcast where we give you that real effect when it comes to sports. No hot takes, no nonsense. It is currently 7:48 out east, 6:48 for my central people, 5:48 for my mountain time people, and 4:48 out there for my west coast people doing their drive home to work. It's the Sports Chasers podcast coming to you live and direct, where every week we meet, we talk about sports, talk about it in a way where nobody else talks about it, man. We give you the real thing when it comes to sports. No shock value, no jive, no nonsense, no hot takes. Today, this week, hey, we're gonna talk about the NFL divisional round last weekend. A lot of things going on. The Bills get rid of the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. Tom Brady moves on past Drew Brees. And we'll talk about the other games. The NFL head coaching merry-go-round continues. Eric Bieniemy still doesn't have a job, even though he's still coaching. And some others have gotten invitations. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the fallout with the Nets trade for Kevin Durant. For Harden. See how that shaped up. See how they played this week. Also, with Kyrie Irving coming back. The NHL has started. We'll also talk about NFL Championship Sunday coming up. We'll also talk about MLB. Some moves being made during the Hot Stove League. And we'll pay some tribute to Hammer and Hank Aaron. For all the youngers out there that don't know who Hank Aaron is, yo, he was the baseball home run champ at a time before Barry Bonds, when he smashed Babe Ruth's record on April 12th, 1973, against Al Downing and the Dodgers. So we'll talk about that. But yo, we're gonna meet the crew, -1 today. We'll start off with James Eric. What's up, brother? What's going on?
What up? What's going on with y'all, man? How y'all doing, man? It's another episode of The Chasers. Bring it to you only the way we can. You know what I'm saying? Live and direct.
Live and direct, Hal. That's how we do it, man. Yo, D-Dub, what's up?
What's up, fam? What's up? How y'all feeling? Yo, another week, Sports Chasers podcast. We're here to do it. Good show for today. Got a lot of interesting topics. So, get in your rest in peace of Hammering Hank Aaron, man.
Yeah, man.
Show.
Sure.
Yeah, rest in peace, Hank Aaron. We'll talk about Hammering Hank here in a little bit. I know the fans is probably like, dang, does Mike Mills still work here? Yeah, Mike Mills is off today again. He'll be back with
Yeah.
Nah, seriously.
PTO is 0. He got minus.
That dude is in the red, man.
32. Yeah, he's in the hole, dog.
Mike, you might have to do some dishes when you come back, brother.
Yeah. He might be a little bit depressed for the Ravens loss, but it's all good.
We'll talk about that here in 1 second. DA will join us via phone call. He had to take care of some personal matters, but he'll join us on the phone line here in a little bit, man. But we're going to open up with the National Football League and the divisional round games last week. Very, very good games last week. Very interesting. I hate to say this word, storylines, but they were. The Buffalo Bills move on. We'll talk about that first game. They move on to Championship Sunday. They beat the Ravens. Sorry for not being prepared, not having my score there. But yes, they really did beat the Ravens, for all those that know. And I'm trying to get a score, y'all. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. If somebody can fill that dead air for me, why these statisticians.
Oh man, it doesn't matter. When you told the Ravens lost to Buffalo, so it's all good. Buffalo had a good game plan. The defense came and played really well. So even though with Josh Allen having I think it was like a little slow start for him and the Buffalo offense, but once they got it together, it was very windy up there in Buffalo. So once they got it together, missed a couple of field goals, both teams.
Yeah, Baltimore missed
Um,
field goals in the beginning. It was very. It was about 17-mile-an-hour gusting wind throughout the stadium up there, and
Absolutely. So it's very tough for the kickers, man. But then you got Lamar. He went out. So tough game for them. But Baltimore will be back. I would think.
yeah,
Yeah, it was a 17-3 final. For me, I don't know about everybody else. They probably would agree, but that interception in the end zone that was returned back, that's a 14-point swing, fellas. You know what I'm saying? At the time, it was 10-3. Baltimore. I mean, you get a touchdown, you tie it up. If you don't, you at least get 3. You get something out of it, and it turns into 7 going the other way. It totally took, to me, it took the air out of Baltimore sideline completely.
yeah. I totally agree. That 101-yard interception return for the Bills, that absolutely changed the tide.
And all he did was just read Lamar all the way through. I think just bad pass by Lamar, but I know he wish he could have that one back. And some would say he should have made the tackle. Hey, it's football. Yeah,
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying that's what some people say. He should have made the tackle, man. Go ahead.
But you was the same guy. I'm not trying to be the fan here. You said that Ben Roethlisberger should have picked up that ball last week too.
Well, Kev, you compare apples and oranges, and you seen it for yourself. I don't suggest that my man make a tackle. I don't suggest, but if the ball is loose on the ground, I suggest that you go pick it up, or at least fall on it. I mean, at that much. I may not say you go ahead and tackle, and especially Lamar Jackson's frame. I'm not looking for him to go tackle anybody.
But my thing is, the
some
guy had a wall of blockers. I mean, it's not like it was a one-on-one. So,
exactly.
People gonna say what they want to say.
Exactly. So it's one of them things. People say whatever. So hey, yeah, I am the same one that said yes. Ben Roethlisberger, you need to fall on that ball, sir. You looked, and didn't pick up the ball, or didn't fall on the ball. So that be that. But yeah, man, Buffalo moves on, and they moving on, and they got the world champions. So the defending reigning world champions. So we'll see. This should be a good game, and you'll be shocked what you think.
Getting back to the Ravens, though, what do you think? So this is, I think they want to hold. I think most of the media and fans want to hold Jackson like he's supposed to have been won like 8 championships already, and people forget that sometimes with life there's a progression of things to come, and they're learning how to win, man. They're learning how to win. They take some steps. They might need to shore up their running game. I believe Ingram. He is that correct?
Yeah.
Or they cut him.
The running back. Yeah.
They cut him. Excuse me. They cut him. So they may, Baltimore might need to shore up their running game. And go ahead, James.
Well, I think they need to shore up that passing game. Can you give Lamar Jackson another weapon? The only for sure weapon, Ravens fans call in, chime in, or whatever. I wish Mikey was here. The only sure-handed receiver that he has is Mark Andrews, and he's the tight end. Hollywood Brown still needs to learn how to run routes correctly. Just because you fast does not mean that you can run routes. There's a difference.
I mean, he's a good receiver, but he's not the A side or the number one. And he even said, if I'm not mistaken, he even says he's not he should not be the number one.
Right.
And they need a number one wide receiver.
Well, hopefully they'll go out and go get Lamar some help. and so he can progress and go to the
Please
next
don't, please don't do him like Deshaun Watson, but that's another story.
story,
And
man.
so,
But shout out to Josh Allen, man. He did his thing and kept the Bills in the game, and I like Josh Allen. I like what the Bills are doing up there in Western New York, and how they went pretty much from nothing to something, and they just kept building and building and building and building, and this is what we got now. So,
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
so
So I'm looking forward to them and Kansas City this weekend.
okay. Well,
Absolutely.
with that said, let's talk about the Kansas City game.
Mhm.
So the Kansas City Chiefs, they move on after they beat the Browns 22-17 at Arrowwood Stadium on this past week, and their quarterback for the Chiefs had to be in for what's that, a concussion protocol.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was out for a couple of minutes. Well, not a couple of minutes, but a major part of the game. And Mahomes rested up. They
He
did.
did not return. He didn't return. So
He didn't return, and just recently, within probably an hour ago, he's passed concussion protocol, and he will be starting on Sunday. So
yeah, you knew he was gonna get rushed through that.
Yeah.
I don't, it's championship weekend, man. So I didn't expect him not to be there and not to play. I know he bumped his head pretty hard, but I
well,
expected him to be there.
I looked at it. People were saying he really didn't hit his head hard, but apparently he did because he was a little woozy getting up.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely didn't look like himself or feel like himself. Um, if the Chiefs go back and win this, is this a dynasty for the Chiefs?
No,
No.
this is just
Can you get three before we start
yeah.
talking?
Okay, before we start
Just
talking
two?
dynasty,
I
yeah.
mean, if we just gonna do two championships, there's a lot of dynasties then if that's the case. But at least get three. Then we'll start. Then I'll start talking. I can't speak for everybody, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm emphatically no, absolutely not, not yet. I mean, they gotta show me a little bit of something. Like, I mean, they barely won the last Super Bowl, so I mean, before I
Well,
just
they have been the three AFC
got
champions. Well,
okay. So there's a lot of people.
So
The
the
Buffalo
Buffalo
Bills. I
Bills of
mean,
the '90s, they're
yeah, yeah,
dynasty. That's what we
yeah.
doing.
What are you saying?
hey, don't shoot the messenger, man. I'm just
Hey man,
Well,
well, just send a message back.
well,
That's all I'm asking, B.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
all.
all I'm saying.
Because what I'm telling you is that no, they're not a dynasty yet, and and I'm with E. Give me three. Let's three before we start talking. Four, you in a different stratosphere, and a dynasty. A dynasty is the New England Patriots who dominated a division for a decade, 2 decades. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's more than a dynasty. What is that? That's just
That
beating ass.
is,
That's a
yeah.
be,
That's
and
a
taking
damn
names.
that's a damn dictatorship, if you ask me.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
draw.
So
Yeah, but
so
it's gonna be
let's slow.
interesting.
Yeah, let's just slow down on the dynasty talk with the Kansas City Chiefs just yet.
Well,
What,
let me.
go ahead, Eric.
I just wanted to switch off for Kansas City and Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns. You had a great year. You showed a lot of positives, and expectations are going to be high for y'all in the off season and the next seasons or whatever to see how y'all progress. But if you stay true to who y'all say that y'all are, who y'all said that y'all were this year, you stick to that running game. Um, get Baker another receiver too. I'm sure Odell probably won't be there next year. I don't know, but yo man, you gotta get these guys right, man. Offense, defense, everything, man. But it seemed like they bought in this year, and it showed, man. So shout out to them. It wasn't good enough this past week against the champs, but if I'm gonna go out, I don't know how anybody else feels. If I'm gonna go out, man, at least go out to the champs, either the defending champs or the ones that's actually gonna go take it again. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Shout out to the Browns, man. They did really good this year. They progressed, and their head coach, they did a good job this year. and only they can move forward and make good decisions. And they keep that running game together. They get Chubb and Hunt together, man. You got the change of pace. You got Chubb, that's gonna smash the ball, and then you got Hunt to kind of change the pace back that we actually talked about last week. You
And I
know,
think they still should have. They could have ran Chubb a little bit more than they did
Mhm.
last week, last weekend. But that's neither they nor here or they here nor there. Um, the Browns are exactly what you said. They ain't got nothing to be ashamed about.
nah,
They on course. They on steady course. As long as they just keep on doing what they do, they got the defense good. Uh, Odell. I don't know. He's rehabbing, so I think he's coming back. And that's just me thinking. I think he's gonna be back. Um, so but they lost to the world champion. So that's something. That's the goal to go get next year. Next year they could get, go ahead and handle business. They already showed they might be the top dog because they smacked around the Pittsburgh Steelers. So
yeah. More to come from the Browns. Absolutely believe more to come from the Browns this year. We're gonna move right along. We're shucking right along here. To the other game, to the Packers and the Rams, which was kind of climatic, I should say. The Packers beating the Rams 32-18. Aaron Rodgers looked good again. Um, the Packers, they're showing why they're the best in the NFC, and they give the Rams a loss. And what's your guys' thoughts on this game here with the Packers and the Rams? Start with
Well, well, I had the Rams. I'm gonna go ahead and say I picked the Rams for this game. I thought the defense was going to play a little bit better than what they did. I guess Aaron Donald was a little bit more injured than what
Yeah, I believe so, Eric. Yeah, he was a little
you
bit.
know. What I'm saying he really couldn't go his full 100. I think I'm not saying that he would have changed the game or anything like that, but I think it would have been a lot closer. But man, it's all about matchups, as we say. Week to week, it's about matchups, and that Devonte Adams did whatever he wanted to do against Ramsey. The way that they, I do want to shout out the Packers coach and the OC because they're a lot of people just look at plays and they don't look at the play design. That's what I like to do. And the
Matt
play design
LaFleur.
of how yes, how they move Adams around and had different matchups, even with Ramsey being on him or not. Sometimes with safety up, sometimes not. They knew exactly how to manipulate that, especially when you have bad man Aaron Rodgers back there throwing the ball. So, um, the Rams, man, they'll be back. A lot of these guys are locked up, so they should be back. Um, I know Golf was not 100% either, but I don't think
Wouldn't matter.
yeah, I don't think it would have mattered because the Green Bay defense is one thing that people don't talk about enough to me. The Green Bay defense came to play, so that to me was the bigger difference in the game.
D-Dub, what you think of the Rams and the Green Bay game?
Yeah, I mean, you got bad man Aaron Rodgers, man. He's a bad dude, man. This dude is he had an incredible season. Uh, so I expected them to um, well, Aaron Rodgers anyway. I mean, you got. I believe I picked him. Didn't I pick him? Y'all remember last week?
Yeah,
I
you,
can't
you picked
remember.
you picked the Packers.
Yeah, you picked that.
Yeah, so now this week I don't know about them this week, but Packers did what they were supposed to do. They beat the Rams. Rams defense was a little banged up. Aaron Donald, of course, a main cog in that wheel, and you know just didn't have enough. Jalen Ramsey, I think Ramsey played decent, played well. The rest of the guys, they just couldn't come up to the level where the Packers is at. So they take it out, and Packers move on.
Okay, so the Rams next week will face,
The Packers,
excuse me,
not the
no,
Rams.
the Packers. the Packers will face Tom Brady, and that'll be our last game we'll talk about here. We'll face the Tampa Bay Bucks, and Green Bay will be up there in cold Lambeau. It's supposed to be 27 degrees tomorrow. No snow or rain in the forecast, but it's supposed to be cold up there tomorrow. But I don't think that's going to be a problem for Brady playing up in the Boston, New England area for his whole career. But we'll go to that game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers hold off the New Orleans Saints. That was one. That was, I believe, that was the game of the weekend, the anticlimactic game. I thought it was a little boring at first, but they got going, and the Bucks beat the Saints 30-20. Tom Brady does it again. To me, Drew Brees, this is probably his last game as a professional athlete. I don't see him doing this anymore. His arm looked extremely tired. It's like he couldn't throw the ball over 10 yards. And the Saints lost. And it looks like to me, the Saints have been getting jerked the last 2 or 3 preseason. Well, not this one, but, where they had chances of going back to the Super Bowl, man. And unfortunately, they had some things to plague them. What's your guys' thoughts on this game? Yeah.
Hey man, it was the Jordan Whitehead and Antonio Winfield Jr. show, man. Those dudes play well. They play excellent for Tampa Bay. I think that was the turning point. That was the picking off Drew Brees, and their defense was the catalyst in getting this
Yeah.
Tampa Bay win. And Drew Brees, yeah, Drew Brees. I think this is it. He hasn't said it yet. He hasn't confirmed nothing, but he was 19 to 34, 134 yards. That is Drew Brees like 3 interceptions. That's definitely in a championship game. I mean, not in a championship divisional round game, even for a championship game. It's not like him. And they had injuries too as well. As far as I kept on saying, where is my man Michael Thomas? Where is Michael Thomas? So I thought he got hurt, or he's not playing, or I thought I was like, oh, where is he at? And come to find out, he was hurt. So he didn't have him, but he had Emmanuel Sanders, and Sanders he tried to do as much as he can. He was six receptions for 48 yards. So they go down to Tampa Bay team that they beat twice in the regular season. So let's again, our mantra here, we always say it's always hard to beat a team 3 times in a row, man. Usually, you're split, and then it's a toss up at for the third, but you beat a team 2 times in a row, and then that third time you can usually count on that other team winning. But things happen. Go ahead, E.
Well, I jumped out the gym on this one. I went out there and said that I thought the New Orleans defense was going to come to play, and it was the Tampa Bay defense, and Brady just doing Brady things, just kept them right along, and it was kind of sad to see. I'm not a Drew Brees fan or anything like that, but he's one of the great quarterbacks that I've seen with my own 2 eyes. And to see him go out like that, Thomas did play, but you might as well say he didn't play. He was targeted 4 times, so you already know something was an issue there. And I really thought that Alvin Kamara would have a bigger impact than what he did, but I mean, he had 18 carries, 85 yards or whatever, but it's just it just wasn't enough. But yeah, shout out to Tampa Bay defense. They really locked in and watched some film over this past week, and it showed. They know, when Brees tucked that shoulder, he goes to fire. He don't have that zip on that ball like he used to. And they was able to make some plays. So shout out to them, man. It's gonna be
Edwards.
Yeah. It's they quiet as kept. They got a little crew there. When they come to play, they make it known. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I think it's gonna be.
So
go ahead, D.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good between Tampa and Green Bay and Tampa. I remember as a kid coming up, man, these two teams at one point up until 92, until Reggie White went over to Green Bay, both of these teams was awful. Uh, and until you had Warren Sapp and the rest of them boys, the Tampa Bay team and Green Bay used to be awful when I was coming up. And just to see these two teams in the playoffs now fighting, for the championship game, this is pretty dope right here. So, and you got, I just heard today, was it today or yesterday, that Antonio Brown wouldn't out. He's out for the game.
Yeah, he's out. He will not be in the game.
Sunday's game. So we'll see who will step up for Tampa Bay.
And he had some contributions in that game. I believe, did he have his touchdown? I'm trying to see. No,
I believe he did.
No,
he did. No, did he?
He did. No. Antonio Brown was one reception for 10 yards, no TD.
That was the week before he had a touchdown against Washington.
Okay, yeah, that was last week.
Yeah,
that was the week before, man. But
no.
But it's
Fournette and Mike Evans had a touchdown.
Fournette had a big game too. Fournette had a very big game too. Fournette looked like he's fresh. Looks like he's not ran into the ground, and he looks like he.
Well, they haven't really ran him between.
We got
Fournette and
Ronald and Jones.
You got and Ronald Jones, yeah. And Ronald Jones has been slept on. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty good back. So yeah, 13 carries for 62 yards. So
yeah.
Fournette, I mean, they shared it, and Fournette had 17 carries for 63 yards.
Yeah.
5 receptions for 44 yards. So I mean, pretty good offensive display as far as sharing the ball and spreading the ball around. So I think they look pretty good. We'll see.
Well, that's one thing about Brady. He's whoever's open, he's gonna get him that ball. He's not one of these guys that's gonna be tied into, I got to get this guy his touch it. Nah, whoever's open. Like you see Gronkowski had 5 targets. He only had 1 catch. I'm sure depending on the matchups that may change and it may be the same. But if Tampa Bay, well, I'll save it till when we get into that. But if Tampa Bay is able to run the ball like that to try to offset, that Green Bay pressure, this should be a very good game. Very good game.
Let me ask you something. With the lack of fans due to COVID-19 in the stands, some NFL stadiums allowing some fans. What do you think that's had an impact? You think that has had an impact on the playoffs and home field advantage? Because I'll start with D-Dub.
I don't know. I don't. Even with the limited amount of fans, I mean, the football game is just football. You know what I'm saying? It's been fairly. I can't tell if they're there or not sometimes because they pipe in so much. Piping in the noise effect. So, I'm pretty sure as a player,
is that the Madden?
It probably makes it a little bit different that somebody's there and somebody's actually looking at them and cheering them, real people. So it might make a difference for that. But for me, I could care less, man. What was it? They playing.
Is that the Madden 21 crowd noise that they're piping in?
Probably. Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah. I wish they would use it in the actual game, but that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that one of these days coming up, man.
Oh my God! You know what? Don't even get me.
Yeah, I think for the players, I think it's different. These guys grew up. Grew up and playing in college packed stadiums and in a regular NFL season, you got upwards of 20,000 people or whatever. So I'm sure it's different for them, but like for me as a fan, I didn't, it seemed like a regular game. Even with, like in the NBA, you could tell like it's a big difference, man. It's almost look like it's almost look like they still playing in a bubble, but they just playing in their own stadiums. It still feels like a bubble.
You're absolutely right. I got the TV on what's that? Brooklyn and Cleveland, and they're in Cleveland, and you're right, they're in a bubble, but they're just.
Yeah, it's
You know,
just
It's
I
different.
believe I believe the Heat next game they're gonna allow some fans inside the American Airlines Arena, probably about 3,000. They're gonna be socially distanced, and there's supposed to be a whole bunch of coronavirus.
hey man, if you could do it safely, do it safely, man. But here again, there's a lot of teams, a lot of postponed games here lately. So you know they're doing a lot of precautionary measures in the NBA right now. Shout out to the NBA for doing that stuff. But
Yeah, shout out to the National Hockey League too, because they're also limiting travel. All the Canadian teams will stay in Canada,
Mhm.
and
yeah, man.
all the U.S. teams will stay in the U.S. And there's going to be a U.S. versus Canada Stanley Cup Finals, pretty much.
Mm.
That's how the National Hockey League is handling everything, and their season began last week. Um, but we'll talk about that a little bit lately. Let's move on right now. Well, so we'll get back to Championship Sunday, and what's we'll make our picks of that nature. We'll talk about real quick the NHL. Excuse me, getting my leads messed up. The NFL coaching carousel begins. Um, well, continues, I should say. Let me just throw out some names here, and we'll just talk about this. So I hear some huffing and puffing and blowing the house down. Robert Sala, former uh, who was his credentials?
San Francisco 49ers defensive coordinator
His defensive coordinator. He has the Jets top job again. The Jets are looking to start over once again,
again.
and we'll see. He said he's
We'll see. See what they've been seeing for so long. You got Todd Bowles, who they had. Now he looks like now all of a sudden he could coach again. These guys, these teams just run through coaches, man. And it's like I don't even know how anybody wants to be a coach
and
with no type of
they hurt careers, man. They absolutely hurt careers, and they're messing up Sam Donald.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But this is not the first time. They've been doing this for quite some time, man. With
Yep.
these players, man. There's no direction. Nobody's coaching like how they used to. It's no development. It used to be a thing of developing talent. Now nobody's developing the talent of these people,
It's win now. It's win now, baby.
and nobody cares. So either you got the talent to do or you don't, and nobody's gonna try to develop you either. So that's the sad thing about it too, because you had people who actually try to develop the talent. You see talent and it might have been raw. Now it's like people are like, we ain't got time to wait. We ain't got time to wait. This is the whole thing now in sports because of the money is so, fast and furious with the money. Nobody wants to wait. Nobody wants to wait on you and to see you develop your talent. Sad, but that's what it is.
Yeah, I totally agree. Um, the Falcons pick Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith is a former uh, what did he used to do for Tennessee? He's a
The offensive coordinator.
offensive coordinator for Tennessee and Tennessee. Listen, he got he got Derrick Henry going right, and I like the fact that they got my man who was killed by a quarterback killer. Um, what's my man's name? The quarterback for I can't think of his name. I'm sorry, it escapes me his name. Tannehill, Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill was with Adam Gase, another uh,
Career loser.
um, franchise killer. He got jobs
That
with
too.
he got jobs with the Dolphins and the Jets. And he absolutely went there and killed the franchises, all because he had one good season with the Denver Broncos, where he was the OC for a older Peyton Manning at the time, and they won the Super Bowl, and that's how Adam Gase got that job. But Arthur Smith got Tannehill humming, and we'll see. I thought that was a good pickup. I wish Dorian was on now. I don't know where Dorian at. Somewhere on I-77. His man, uh, the Jaguars pick him. Urban Meyer is first time taking a stab at the pros. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he's not going to be like my man who also used to coach Florida that went to Washington. Hey, what was your former man's name? I can't think of his name. Coach that
Ooh.
the former Florida head coach, and that went to
oh God, what was it? I almost said Spilsberg. What's that man's name?
Not Urban. Okay,
I'm
gracious.
looking right at his face. Yeah,
Dude from
man.
Florida, right?
See, Steve Spurrier.
Steve Spurrier.
Yeah.
I just looked it up. Speaking of the devil, and he shall appear.
Uh-oh.
Steve Spurrier.
Hey, DA, hi. We got my man DA on the line. What's up, DA?
Hey, it's just Tommy from Ronkonkoma. And I want to talk about Tommy and Tampa Bay. Are we talking about Tommy yet?
Well, we just finished up that segment, but we'll double back, being that you're somewhere on the LIE. Well, yeah, go ahead there.
Hey, Tommy's the best, but that bad man probably is going to beat him because Tommy's old and he doesn't like cold weather no more. He used to like cold weather. He doesn't like cold weather anymore. So, it's going to be a little different for him.
Hey, what's your name
That's
again?
all. This is Richie. Richie.
Hey, Richie from Lake Ronkonkoma. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
But Richie, Tom Brady has played out in cold weather for some time, almost 20 years out in the Boston, New England.
Yeah. That's why he left. He doesn't like that shit anymore.
Oh.
He likes it warm in Tampa Bay where the Super Bowl's gonna be.
Okay.
But all seriousness, this is I think that's gonna be a really good game this weekend. I think Green Bay has a better defense than folks talk about. I think they got one of the kids from the Jets, which I'm gonna talk about later. I'm gonna have to call back, but like all four, the Jets had 4 linemen, and all 4 of those dudes are starring in other places. And these are dudes that Todd Bowles had. So he had a dude from USC with all the hair, I think it was Richardson or some shit like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then he had the other two big dog skin dudes. They had a crew, man. But I think it's going to be a better game than what folks think it's going to be. I also believe that with the Buffalo game. So I don't think there are any blowouts this week, man. I think Buffalo actually may give Kansas City a run for their money. I don't think that Mahomes is hurt at all. Really, I think he'll be fine though. So.
Well, DA, I'm picking Buffalo to go. Some people tell me, Buffalo is a little bit. They're not there yet. Well, I'm saying, sometimes you pass a test, even though
you're not ready to.
So, there you go. And I think Buffalo can pass the test. I think they got what it takes to pass the test.
They got good players.
What I'm saying? So, they run a good sometimes, yeah. I think they got enough, and they may be a year away, but I think on Sunday that I think they got enough to pass the test from what they've shown all year long. I think they got enough to pass this test because that Kansas City test, they good, but I don't think they. And me and Eve discussed this. I don't think they're that good. They don't scare me. Like we've seen other championship teams that you'd be like, oh man, this guy, you got to worry about this. You got to worry about this. You got this guy who's coming off an injury.
Who's that?
Mahomes.
I think that you're right. And in all honesty, fellas, like keeping it real honest with you, man. Like it's like in baseball when I say a team's a year away, 2 years away. I think Buffalo using the Seattle model that me and Kev always talk about. If they're not giving homeboy Allen the bag yet, which they haven't. Very smart, right? He's on year 3, and they haven't given him the bag. He got 2 more years, essentially, 3, because rookie contracts are 5 years, and then they can actually hit you with 2 years of being franchised. So they actually can fuck him for 7 if they like. But
Next Dak.
I think if they wait from the 4th or 5th year to pay him, definitely next year they'll have the guys on the team to do it. That being said, and I don't want to throw too much stuff in before I got to go and get this young lady. I think the Niners should not, with a capital N, and I love Deshaun Watson, take Deshaun Watson because we can't afford that check. Because he has to be worth 2 or 3 players for us to do that. Like he has to, on his own. And
So
we're not
Dorian,
paying anyone else.
So Dorian, if Houston had Deshaun Watson on the table and they call you and they say we'll take Jimmy G and we'll take a 1st round pick.
That's good. We'll go with that.
Okay.
We'll go with that. Because I think if we do it that way, we will probably still try to figure out a way. Because remember, Jimmy G's money is not real money to us no more. That's all his guaranteed paper. We could have cut him and not paid none of it. Because we gave him all, I think he's $70 million, or something that, some stupid number that he's on his guaranteed money now. Or the not guaranteed money, the cash, big years money. So I don't think that it would benefit us to do that because we wouldn't have to give, if we didn't want to, we could just cut Jimmy G and not pay him anything. Because that's where he is in his contract period. But Deshaun is good enough in my eyes to do that as long as Texas is willing to pay some of that money. We'll do it. But they got to help us out because we're not paying that money. It's too much money. I think the contract is huge, man.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Huge. And but yeah, he's a dude that can, without a doubt, I would trade him for draft picks because draft picks, you know what you got with him. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you got with a draft pick. You can get dude that Washington had. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's
plus,
going down to Pittsburgh, so with your boy Big Ben.
Yeah.
So he might be shipping Big Ben out of there. I don't know.
They should, because they ain't paying him $43 million. I'll tell you that much. Pittsburgh is not doing that.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
They're not doing that. I know Pittsburgh is not doing that. That's not going to happen, people. That don't make no fucking sense. So I don't even know, but those are the contracts that dudes do in the NFL because the ownership in reality doesn't expect to pay any of those dollars.
No.
And that's the funny shit.
Right.
They'll make the contract, but they don't really expect to pay it because when Cam number came up, I think it was going to be 20-something million this season for Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Because he did all the other shit. They're like, nah, nigga, you hurt by. Hey, dog, I was the MVP. We went to Super Bowl. He's like, yeah. Tell that shit walking home, boy. We'll holler at you. I'll see you when I see you. And they're like, let the nigga go. You know what I'm saying? They let him go. So, because he was due his cash. Not to say he wasn't getting paid, but he was due his big money this year and next year. So, shit. Yeah, you're right. I would take him. I just, like Darryl always says, that 10-year shit, like you make a mistake like that, you fucked up for 10 years. So I ain't got 10 years to wait, man. But what I will say is that's a
10
bad
years,
point.
10 years, you'll set that franchise back, bro.
Yeah, man. If you get it wrong.
I've seen it too many times.
Yeah. So, I'm sitting like, goddamn, I like him. I love him, man. Actually, I think that dude is serious business to me. You know, serious
Yeah.
business, like for real. But
Hey,
they
Dia,
all
before
have
you have
paper, yo.
to, Dia, before you have to get out and get going, I think we was on topic on as far as these NFL coaches and
That's
Eric
bullshit,
Bieniemy
I'm done
again, not getting no light, no shine.
yeah, it's
I don't know how you fix this problem. I don't
yeah,
know.
well,
You
like
got
the man said, you
32
can't.
you got 32 white owners, and it's their
Yeah.
team. It's my shit. It's my house.
But like
Do
what
it-
the man said, he said you can't change what's in the nigga's heart, man.
Nope.
You know,
Absolutely, man.
and if
You can't.
for
you
some
can't.
reason
So
you believe a dude that's never coached, that no one knew about, he was an assistant with the Colts or some shit, and now he's the head coach of Philly because him and Carson and dudes cautioned motherfuckers about this. Don't get a coach just for your quarterback. You got 50-something other motherfuckers on the team. You can't get a coach for one player. That's
Well-
what Freddie Kitchens was.
Hey, here's the thing now. Here's the buzzwords that's going around the NFL now. If you notice, oh, he's a CEO type of coach. Oh, he's
Yeah.
I'm like,
Kev,
well,
get the fuck out of here, man.
the
Yo,
fuck is-
it's a
what is that?
CEO coach. What is
Yo.
that shit?
bro, the
No,
Jets.
but Kev, you're right.
Hold on, the Jets.
Right. And this.
Go ahead, D. Go ahead.
No, this is the stuff that makes me mad. And you know, me and you talk throughout the week, and we talk about all types of shit that from off the field to the on the field to outside of sports, and it's sickening, man. The hypocrisy is real all around, man, and it's sickening because it's like, yo, man, how do you can't fix it, man? It's almost like because you only way you will fix it unless you get your own. And
I
I
was just
keep on
about to
saying,
say.
you gotta get your own stuff.
You got to get rich enough to be a billionaire on your own team. And not just that, remember, because you have to be voted in, no matter how much money you got, because that's what killed Walter Payton. Walter Payton had the money in the 80s to buy the fucking
Exactly.
Bears when they were in trouble. And they told him no. And the minute they told him no, because he had the money, he started getting sick. The stress fucked him up. And that's what they say. But to me, I'm just saying, yo, listen, that's just another code word for black dudes can't do it. They already said that Bieniemy doesn't interview well.
What
Because the
does that
reality is,
mean?
Bieniemy, I have no fucking idea. I know he's a street dude from LA.
They said the same thing about Tony Dungy.
Yeah, I know he's a street dude from LA. He used to be a blood, everybody knows that in the football circles. And I only know that from going back. I used to like him in Colorado. And when they won the national championship and shit, them niggas would be on the fucking sideline throwing up signs. So that's the only reason I know it. But I remember it, because I used to watch Colorado a lot, but they were good. But the reality was that, you can't say you're not hiring a dude because he did interview with you because he was working on his own fucking team. Like that happens every year, right? Doesn't a
Basically.
highly guy that everybody wants, he's a hot dude. He's still playing, you can't get him. So if Saleh with the Jets and the 49ers are still playing, he couldn't go now. But that wouldn't be held against him either.
Right.
They just try to make up shit to hold against this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let me make you.
But there's everybody in the league that's saying, hey, he should be a coach. You got players advocating for this guy.
Hey, let me make
Nothing. Still.
let me make you a little bit mad. So the best head coaching job left is the Houston Texans job, right? He hasn't gotten a call from. He hasn't gotten a call, but you know who interviewed today for them?
Don't.
Who's that?
Don't.
Josh McCown, who has never coached nowhere.
See what I'm saying?
I can't do this shit, man. I can't. I can't.
So you wondering why? You wondering why you got what you got, and why you got people upset and angry?
But hold on, I left y'all upset and angry, and I should have added that they also interviewed Jim Caldwell too.
By the way, that was that token joint there. You know,
Oh,
Jim
Caldwell.
He should have never been fired that time with the Lions.
Should never got fired with the Lions in the first place. And guess what? The Lions are doing now? Hiring another coach. So I don't know if I don't even know at this point what to expect anymore. Because the NFL loves to hire coaches. They love to just pick up coaches and get another coach and get another. They like doing this, man. Instead of staying with the course.
The NFL is no different from any other corporate America type of job, man. They gonna get the people that they want in, and that's it. This is their own private business. So whoever they want to hire for whatever it is, that's what they gonna do. And at the end of the day, when people realize that you got the only way that you can make change is A, either get your own, or B, stop spending, then you're gonna see something. But for now, this ain't gonna change, man. They still gonna do this mom and pop going around the ring around the
no,
rosy
it's not
type
going
of
to change.
culture.
It is what it is. It's not going to change until we get either somebody gets a group and add another team. How many teams we got? 32 teams. Add a 33rd team and force your way in with your own. That's the only way. That's the only way.
Because like I said, the owners will do what they want to do. So when we scream and yell about, hey, get some new blood, they got new blood. It's just old young white.
Yeah,
that's all.
Young white blood. Yeah. So we can keep on screaming and yelling and shout. It's not you're not getting nowhere. You're not gonna get nowhere because they're an owner. They can do what they want to do, and you know what? You're fine. To the letter of the law, you can do what you want, but the real is that it doesn't look right when you got a whole bunch of African American players playing, and you can't get not one coach,
not a CEO. You can get coaches, you just can't get the CEO. You know, so you know, it's like
shout out to the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Black head coach only.
Oh yeah, well then I know.
And
they had something on the day.
And this is what the players need to start doing. What they need to start doing is I know you want the money. Just start doing 1 to 2 year deals. And this is the only way to hurt them is start moving. Start going somewhere else to another team that will value your talent.
The thing is,
I know it's probably not going to work.
Oh no, it'll work if it's for like the top 10% of players, like the Stars, Khalil Mack. If the Stars do it, hell yeah.
But this is where.
But I don't know if the Stars do it.
Well, yeah, you're right. I know. But I don't know. This is you could talk about it. You could cry about it. You could. You could tell people stop buying the product. That's what I would say. Stop buying the product.
Well, you know, it was like the strikes dude had back in the days. Dudes would strike, but if the best players on the team, you know, break the strike line, then it ain't worth nothing. You know what I'm saying?
And work right. You can't do it. It's got to be everybody unified to make it work. But if you ain't gonna have everybody on the same page and not willing to take a sacrifice and lose, then you know this is what you want to keep. We're gonna keep on talking and going in circles, and it sounds good for the TV. The hot takes on TV, you know, why Eric Bieniemy can't get a job and all, yada yada yada. You know, oh well, you know, the owner, I gotta trust you with the keys, and well, you know what? We gotta find somebody else with a new set of keys then.
Yeah, well, you know, and like we said before, it's hard because the football dudes that are on TV are usually dudes that don't, you know, they ain't sitting on all the cake. So they're trying to say something stupid from time to time, you know? Because They're not getting all the money. You know, they're not getting. You know, they're still trying to get it where it fit in. But I just think it's harsh, man. I don't really like it, man, because the league is 80% black. You know what I mean?
So only the go ahead, Ken.
All you want in life is, and I'll say this all the time. All you want in life, and I'll say this in my personal life or anything, you just want a fair shake, man. You just want a fair chance, and you just want somebody to give you an opportunity, man. You know, if you don't do nothing with the opportunity, yes, that's absolutely on you. But you just want a opportunity, man. And that's where I get a little livid about this. And this guy has proven that he can coach. He's done what he's done, and he's did what he's did. And I remember, people were saying about about Deion Sanders. Oh, he's never coached nowhere. I say, don't start with me. You need to have some of these guys. The guy Josh McCown. Where has he coached at? Nowhere. He was on somebody's 52-man roster being a backup. I don't know where. Yeah,
You guys kill me with this. He's never coached.
Yeah. Well,
but meanwhile, we got Steve Nash, Eric Spoelstra, Jason Kidd, countless other people who never coached.
And shout out to Pat Riley for taking Eric Spoelstra,
taking a video man, dude.
A video man who's never played, who's never actually played, and now them guys respect him. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. So it goes to show it can be done. But Eric Bieniemy is not a video guy. He's a football lifer.
No, he was a former running back with the Chargers.
Yep. All time college grade with Colorado, University of Colorado, and he can't get a gig, man. Man, it's quite for DA. You still there? Did DA go off?
Yeah, man.
I
got another something.
Yeah.
50, 60 seconds. But yeah, like I said, I think it's a shame. But like you said, it's really, really hard, man. Because we could be saying the same thing about stockbrokers, or you could say something about doctors or lawyers, anything you got,
Right.
I think you could say it about that, man, because if you're not gonna give dudes a chance to eat, it kind of don't matter, right?
Don't matter.
Because you got dudes there, but you got good examples. You got Flores, and you got my man in Pittsburgh that's been there for the longest. And the stability of that team is that one of the most stable teams as far as winning and losing every year.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a bad thing, It's not like it's a bad thing. So that's why I'm like, yo, this is crazy, It's crazy out here. You got dudes that can do the job, and you don't really have no reason, but you know what? That's where we at, fellas. That's where we at in this world. Like, they no longer feel that they have to bullshit us no more. It's like, fuck it, we ain't hiring you niggas. Because they don't give a reason no more.
Yeah, it's not.
They don't give us a reason. There's no reason anymore as to why they're not hiring us. Yo, we just ain't hiring you niggas, man. And we ain't gonna argue with you, man. Yo, the nigga don't interview right. Yeah, they had a dude today, the new coach. Hey, he was a coach somewhere before with that stupid shit. I think it was in Miami, big white boy. And he didn't win shit there. Yeah, we're gonna be the toughest guys. And if you hit us, we'll hit your back. You'll fall down. And I'm listening to this show. I'm like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? Yo, you don't even get to fucking practice in the summer. What the fuck you mean you're going to be a tough guy? You don't even get to hit in the summertime anymore. I'm like, man, you fucking guys are idiots, man. But they give him the job. So he's another white guy. But, y'all keep it up. Let me go get this girl. Listen. I will be back on LeBron James time, man, because got a few nuggets for your man LBJ. Fuck it, I'm gonna say it right now, right? Real quick. Two things. One, when Michael Jordan played, they wouldn't have lost to Golden State. Right? Golden State is bad this year. They don't have all their players, right?
On to the next.
And the Lakers lost to them, right? If you're that team, if you're supposed to be doing it like that, the year that Mike and them won, every year, essentially, Mike wanted to put his foot on your throat of every team that wasn't as good as they were. He did not accept losing to teams that were worse than you. You know, and this dude has to have the shit team right now. You know, Montrez, this and that one. And you lose what? Come on, man. Come on, man. And you standing there looking sad and shit. Come on, dog. No one wants that shit.
I think it's a different NBA. We say it, we talk it every day. It's definitely a different NBA. And these guys, they go for the playoffs, man. The regular season means nothing, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay, so let's go back to what we about. All right, and like Eric said, you got to vote with your dollars. How do we get out here so we can tell people, yo, man, stop fucking with this shit. They don't care about you. How do we do this?
I mean, I think we're doing it. We're talking about it. We're creating conversation about it. About, you know, and I think you would say, you know, the game 80-80 at halftime, man. Turn it off.
Yeah.
What's the point? And,
well,
you know,
go ahead.
I'm about turning it off, bro. I can't. I can't.
Y'all know me. I'm the highlight king. I'll watch highlights in a minute, man. If it doesn't pique my interest, and this isn't any sport, but primarily the NBA, because they refuse to play defense for a whole game. So this is where I'm at with it. But you know.
So to my point, I'm being a little long because I'm eating a chocolate bar, and I'm gonna want to tell my wife that I'm eating enough Twix. So. So I'm eating this before I get over to her. But, yo, that's what you're saying. So for me, you can clearly see if your team is that good when you lose to Golden State, that it's not a matter they played harder that night, but they were better that night. It was that you didn't care that night as a team. And what I'm saying is, and I'm not taking that from the man, but LeBron, if you're that leader, you can't let that happen, B. You can't let that happen. And that's what I'm saying. That's the problem. When people call him a great leader, Michael Jordan wouldn't have let that happen, man. Absolutely. They would not have lost to that team. If Mike had to score 60 and niggas is mad, damn, Mike went all in on the fucking Golden State, they ain't shit. Well, fuck them. That's their problem, they ain't shit, not mine. You know, I'm going to bust their ass because they're here. And that's the Michael Jordan I knew. And that's what I say when guys say, dude's the best, and why? That's why. Because the motherfucker cast a shadow on the game. Shit changed because of him. Yep. Niggas did shit different because of him. Ain't no one out here trying to fucking be LeBron James. Not no players. Dude, players are trying to be Michael Jordan when he was still there. How many niggas came in the league they called Baby Jordan?
Harold Miner.
Many. Harold Miner, Penny Hardaway, Vince Carter, the list goes on and on and on.
Yes. And how many you heard being the new LeBron?
Drake.
There you go.
Zion, that's it.
You know?
No, I said Drake.
You said Drake.
Yeah.
You know?
That was our hip hop.
But see, that's what I'm saying. So, you know, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. All right? Yo, let me go. Hey, yo, I'll call you back. All right?
ID.
All right.
But
he had the lead.
There you have it.
He's on the road. Yeah, we DA segued us to the NBA. And
yeah, but before we get back to the NBA real quick, but this goes back to the show when going back to the coaches opportunity. And we say it's not fair. And miss me with that. Fair is for pigs and a fair. Miss me with all that. But opportunity. Remember that young girl that read that poem this week in the inauguration? Amanda Gorman, I believe her name is.
Amanda Gordon.
Opportunity. She had it. She was seen by Dr. Jill Biden. She seen him, fell in love with her, had her speak at the inauguration. Everybody's amazed with her. Yeah. Oh wow, she's dope. She's this, that, and that. But again, do you know how many other people is like that, but don't get the opportunity? Reference when I'm talking about Eric Bieniemy. How you know if he's what he is? You don't give him the opportunity.
Oh, he doesn't interview well.
See, this is we got so many things that says, oh well, he doesn't interview well. I mean, well, I don't take tests well. Doesn't mean I'm not. I'm an idiot.
Right.
Doesn't mean that you're stupid.
Yeah. I mean, especially when you got tape. You got tape on the guy. Look what he's done throughout his career. I mean, come on, man.
He has a body of work.
Yeah.
So you want to tell me my interview skills, but I'm over here coaching, and you can see what I'm doing. But my interview, because I didn't say certain things right. How do you motivate people? Come on, man.
Shout out to opportunity, man. That's a
come on. That's all I had for that one. Shout out to Amanda Gordon too.
Yeah, shout out
yeah.
At the inauguration. What do y'all think? So since we're on the NBA, what do y'all think about the Nets playing together and Kyrie coming back? I'm actually watching.
I'll let D take this one.
Oh, you want me? Yo, I think on paper sounds good, or it looks good. But me personally, I don't think I would have did the deal. One leaves your cabinets bare. You got nothing else. You ain't got nothing else in the cabinet, man. So when you reaching for some on a hungry night, you reaching for some pork and beans, there ain't nothing there. You gotta keep on going with what you know. You ain't got nothing in the cabinet. They ain't got nobody on the bench to help them out. Nope. That's what makes them have to play 42 minutes a night. The other night, Kyrie, he played almost the whole game, 42 minutes, and then double overtime.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna end up killing these guys, and for a man that's always hurt. You understand? This is a guy who's always hurt, and then you got one guy who's just coming off an injury. Yeah, he looks like he's not missing a beat right now. 72 games, then you gotta watch out for all that. So I don't think it's a good deal. And they may make it on sheer talent, but if they don't win, to me it's a flop. It's a bust. Period. End of story.
Yeah, I agree. I still say that I wouldn't have done the trade because we've seen it too many times. When you trade for one guy, you losing the essence of your bench, and your bench is just as important as the five guys that's starting. It is. I will say this: catching a little bit of the game tonight and watching the other 3 games since the Harden trade. If I may say, they look better with 2 on the court than all 3, if that makes sense. Like Kyrie is Kyrie and the bid tonight, no KD, because the man played his heart out the other night and got to watch his legs or whatever. And they balling. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, they may be losing. What's the score now? But they seem like they're playing well with that duo. So that goes back to what we all said, that we wouldn't have made the trade because we felt like you had enough to at least get out the East just with KD and Kyrie and the band of brothers that they had behind them, because there was a bunch of brothers behind them. But the trade is done now. They got a trade exception for $5.7 million. Hopefully they'll go get 2 guys with that money or whatever. Get a vet and grab somebody
else. They about 3 right now.
64-61.
Okay.
And I think the other night against Cleveland, I think they tried too hard to make it work. It's not. Look, man. If everybody remember that first year with the Heat, it was a long time before they got clicking. So yes, we say that they put pressure on themselves, and yes, we say they need to win now. I don't think it's going to happen this year. Honestly, I think they need to do what they can do this year, and then try to make a move or two or do something to where they could bring another guy in. You'll get Dinwiddie back, but you need to bring somebody defensively to hold down that paint because DeAndre Jordan is not that guy.
No, I think they got the pressure on them already, man. I don't think they're not going to be allotted any time to, to get right, because you got two guys that won championships and you got one guy who's been to the championship and Western Conference Final. Yep. And so he knows what it takes. So I don't think they're going to give him any type of a pass. I think their past days are over. This is it. Like, they collectively, I know what you're saying, but collectively with those guys, I don't think there's no pass for them.
Well, I'm sure the talking heads and everybody will kill them when because they're not. Look, I would love to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen. And when it doesn't happen, they'll get killed or whatever. But I think, guys like KD and Kyrie, they've been doubted wherever they've been because of, you went to Golden State. You can't play with LeBron. You can't be your own man on the team. So that could be a Tom Brady factor where they can put that chip on their shoulder and that could make them even better. So we'll see. Only time will tell, as we always say here on the Sports Chasers podcast.
Oh yeah, time will tell. So we'll
Kev,
see.
What's your thoughts, moderator?
I think they should have never made the trade. That's for one. I know they won't do it now. I would trade Kyrie Irving now to go replenish my bench.
I agree with you.
You said the same thing.
I don't think they're going to do it though. But this is going to be tough, man. I just don't. You need both to win, man. Because when it comes down to it, man, you can't play guys 48 minutes, man. You're going to just kill them. You're just going to kill them, and
they're not getting no younger, man. They exactly. They're not getting no younger. They at their prime. Or Kyrie 28,
29. So he's just entering.
He's almost at the apex.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting at least. They're playing tonight. My Knicks beat Golden State, and like Dorian said, the Knicks and Golden State's not as good as they were. Draymond Green got ejected last night. Was talking to the rookie and got thrown out, thinking the referee thought he was talking to him, and the ref later apologized to the head coach. What's his name? The head coach for Golden State, saying that that wasn't
Steve Kerr.
Yeah, Steve Kerr. But the NBA should be very interesting going down the line. With that said, we're going to go back to football, and then we're going to end it with Hank Aaron tributes. So I meant to get Dorian's take on that, but we'll go from right here. The first game, Sunday, 3:05. The Buccaneers and the Packers. Tom Brady against Aaron Rodgers. 3:05. Last week I was very fortunate. All my picks I made them. All of them that occurred, they happened. And there's a pool that I'm leading just because of Tampa Bay. Yep. Anyway, I'm this Buccaneers Packers game. This is where it's going to end for Tommy. I think
Tommy's good. This is it.
This is it, man. This is the Michael Jackson song. This is it. Tommy, it's over. You'll come back next year, but you're not going to beat the Packers.
Next year?
Yeah, he's coming back next year, man. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I got the Packers winning. It's going to be cold up there. 2017, and that's because Tampa Bay has to get a late scoring touchdown and go for an onside kick and don't recover, and Green Bay wins it 2017. D-Dub, what do you think about this game?
I got Tampa Bay 27, Green Bay 24. Tampa Bay would be hosting their first Super Bowl and playing.
During coronavirus.
I should say playing in their first Super Bowl. Yeah.
Playing in their first, no, not in their first Super Bowl. But
No, not playing, but playing and
That's the being that's in there. Yeah.
They would be playing hosting the first.
Wouldn't that be something with COVID where you couldn't really have all the fans there?
Yeah, that would be. But I think they're going to do it. 27-24 Tampa Bay field goal kick, and
Tommy to the dance again.
Yeah, Tom. Aaron's a bad man, but that goat, I don't know. That goat factor is something else, boy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Eric, what you got, man?
Well, I'm going with, even though Kevin has had all his picks right the last weekend, that was last weekend, I'm going with the greatest quarterback that I have seen with my two eyes, Tom Brady, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's going to beat the Green Bay Packers in Lambeau by the score of 31-24. It's going to be it's going to be something that occurs during the game that is going to make everybody roll their eyes. Here we go again. They're saving Tom Brady, and the Packers going to have their chance, and they're still going to fail. So I got them 31-24 is your final. And Tommy goes right on back to the Super Bowl, where he's going to meet one of the two young goats in the making, and he's going to spank them as well. But I'll save that pick for when that happens.
All right, good enough. We talked briefly about the Bills and Chiefs matchup. That game will commence at 6:40 p.m. in Arrowwood Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. The Bills will take on the Chiefs. Odds makers have the Chiefs as a 3.5-point favorite. I think that's disrespectful to the Bills. Listen, my money is saying, yo, just be safe and take the Chiefs and ride on out with it, and you got it. But I'm with D-Dub, man. Yo, it's
that
like,
big drip.
They graduating before it's time. Yo, they're in the 11th grade about to graduate, and
there you go, son.
I feel it. I feel it. Oh my God, I feel
Go
it.
ahead.
Go
ahead, pull the trigger, man.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm going to have to rock with the Bills, 24-21, and their field goal kick wins it with a game ender and sends Josh Allen to the Super Bowl and the Bills, man. I think Kansas City has been they've been 14-2, but I think Kansas City has been dancing and playing around all year long, man, and been very fortunate at times of turning it on and turning it off, man. And
so they think.
That's kind of dangerous to do, man. You up there playing and dancing around. Oh yeah, we went there. It is not a guarantee that you get there and you make it back, man. Ask Dan Marino. Dan Marino went into that one, and that was it. So I'm rocking with the Bills. But go ahead, Eric, who you got?
Yo, well, since both of y'all going with Buffalo, I got to jump out the gym. You know what I'm saying? I could jump because, it's I don't have no problem with being wrong. Yo, Pat Mahomes, State Farm, and that whole Kansas City Chiefs team is going to tell y'all you go put some respect on their mother-loving name. Now, I'm going Buffalo, man. I can't, man. I can't. I got Buffalo winning 24-20. It's going to be a dominant performance by the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be talked about for a very long time of what they do against this Chief offense. Yo, listen, man. Listen. If anybody's watched football, this is not hard, okay? What you can't do against the Kansas City Chiefs, you can't let old boy run all over the place and get behind the safeties and all this other stuff. You have to put two guys on him. I'm talking about Cheetah, what's his name? Tyreek Hill. You have to put two guys on him, Okay, you have to have. If you don't have a linebacker, you need to have a safety on Kelsey, and that's it. Other guys, you just gonna have to man up. That's it. You have to play sound defense. I know that sound. Oh, well, they play that all the time. No, they don't. You have to play sound defense, man to man. Except for Tyreek Hill, you got to have a safety over the top. Do not let him beat you. Look at the tape of the 49ers in that Super Bowl. They played them great for 54 minutes. They let 2 plays on that last drive go, and Kansas City is your champs. Look, come on, man. It's not hard, man. This is not the Rams. Kurt Warner, man, DA, Kurt Warner's Rams with Marshall Falk and Isaac Bruce and all them dudes, where it was a matchup nightmare everywhere on the field. This is not it. This is not it. They got 2 guys. So that's my pick, man. Buffalo 24-20.
Wow. Buffalo 24-20. Well, it should be something else. It should be something else. Our last topic we'll talk about.
Wait a minute. Hold on, sir. Hold on.
Okay.
Buffalo is going to whip Kansas City. Because you just about to skip me.
No.
I felt it.
No, you said your piece already about Buffalo. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
No, he
didn't give an official pick though.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
This is the exactly what you said earlier. The 11th grader skipping the grade. They skipping the grade and they going to college. Buffalo's going to win 35-30. 35-30 is the pick.
35-30. Okay, you got them scoring.
Yeah, they already seen this test. They already had Lamar Jackson. This kid Patrick Mahomes is something similar. So they got already a precursor to the test. So as far as I'm concerned, all they have to do is just prepare for all the other stuff on the outside. What East just said about Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. Keep those dudes in check. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. I think they got enough. The defense play. If they defense come to play, they should be able to upset and go to the Super Bowl for the first time since 90 something. 90. When was the last time they've been to the Super Bowl? What was the last one? With Buffalo, Dallas.
94.
So
93. I think when they faced yeah, in Minnesota. So,
yo, can I ask y'all a question? I know this is off topic, but this just came up, so I'm gonna go ahead and answer. I know we got, yo, man. So, did y'all see the exchange between Shaquille O'Neal and Donovan Mitchell the other night?
Yeah, when Shaquille said, he said, you gotta do this. I don't think you that good or something to that effect, or he said it to motivate him or to make him better or something to that effect. I did see the exchange.
I just feel like this, Mitchell. Man. I just seen something that just came across the thing here with, I guess now it's going to be a pushback, old versus new and all this other stuff. I just feel like this, man. I think that if you really are trying to reach out and motivate somebody, yo, do that in private, man. Don't do that on national TV like that, man. This dude is not a little boy. You know what I'm saying? I hate when people, and this is regardless of age or anything like that, you come off very asshole-ish. Okay?
Shaq wouldn't like it done to him.
Exactly.
I was just about to say that if this was the other way around and this was Shaq he would definitely have a problem if somebody was if Bill Walton would have did that to him.
Shaq would have been ready to fight.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and Bill Walton, he got crazy. He gets crazy sometimes with his mouth. But yeah, Shaq wouldn't like it done to him. So I mean, if you want to motivate the dude, you could
call him up.
I'm sure they could call him up. Go to the arena. Go see him.
I call him out.
Go tell him what you Go tell him what you feel.
This is Shaq. Hey, this is Shaq. Hey, you got Donovan Mitchell's number? Let me get his number. All right.
Yeah.
But Shaq just comes off like a bully, man. I don't like. You think it's funny that you can pick and choose these certain guys that you wanna talk about, and I guess it makes your platform a little bigger. You know, you come off as a personality, kind of like Charles Barkley or whatever.
Of course.
You look stupid out here, and you look real goofy out here.
Shouldn't do that on anybody's expense, man. Shouldn't do it, man. Shouldn't do it. Should not do it, man. Let me read.
I don't got no problem with you if you analyzing and being critical of his game, because that's one thing. I don't really have, but you know, all the other extra stuff. Yeah, I mean, that part of it. Yeah, I don't need you to be talking about you. I said that so I get you motivated.
Last time I checked, who are you? You're not even the best big man ever in the game. So who are you?
First of all, you ate your way out the game. So I mean, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? So
okay. Wow.
I just wanted to throw that out there real quick.
We'll segue to Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron passed away today at the age of 84. Here's a quote.
86.
86. Excuse me.
He's 86.
86. 1934. Yeah. Here's one of his quotes. He said, "It really made me see the first time a clear picture of what this country is about. My kids had to live like they were in prison because of kidnap threats, and I had to live like a pig in a slaughter camp. I had to duck. I had to go out the back door of ballparks. I had to have a police escort with me of all time. I was getting threatening letters every single day. All these things have put a bad taste in my mouth, and they won't go away. They called a piece of my heart away." That's Hank Aaron in 1974 when he hit the when he passed Babe Ruth with number 755 on the all-time home run list. And that was during the time, very tumultuous time in the country. I was 1 year old and didn't really know what was going on. But and I don't want to make this about athletes today, but when athletes say, "Yo, I had a hard time, playing this and playing this," no, Hank Aaron, this was really real, man. Like, he got some of the ugliest things done to him, and he still was able to persevere and did what he did, and being an all-time home run champ. Played for one organization, played with the Braves organization from when he was in Milwaukee, and
Milwaukee Braves.
Yeah, when he moved to Atlanta in '66, and they Hank Aaron was a really great man. He said this other quote. He says, hold on his legacy. He says, "I'm hoping someday that some kid, black or white, Wall, will hit more home runs than myself. Whoever it is, I'll be pulling for him." That's what he said about his legacy. And Barry Bonds passed him. And don't want to make this too, but Hank Aaron was a great player. He wound up after he finished retiring with the Braves. The Braves made him VP of operations, and he hung around the Braves organization. And he had his own foundation in Mobile, Alabama, where he donated money so kids can work through the arts and play all sorts of types of sports. So he was definitely giving of himself after the game, man. But he was a great guy, great. Champion also. The Braves, I believe they beat the Yankees one of those times in the 50s. I don't have it up, but he was a champion. But what's your guys' thoughts real quick on Hank Aaron?
Yo, I didn't even see him play, so it's one of the things you just seen the tape, seen what. But Tim Kirchin from ESPN, he did a good piece on him this morning. About him. So it was really good how that, I mean, you said about the perseverance. I mean, being called, playing in the times, being called nigga. He got so many death threats, mail, and he had to persevere through all that and still was able to overcome that. So, shout out to him. God bless his family and everything. So it's one of it's an iconic idol. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys. So he's gonna be missed. But shout out to the Braves for taking care of him too.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Hank Aaron should be celebrated more. And I hate when things like this happen because now, as we seen with Kobe, it's almost like you're going to hear this outpour, this outcry of oh he was this and he was that, and it and from those who were around him, that's great and all, but for all those that's almost like they just saying it just to be saying it, man, don't disrespect nobody's life and legacy and their family like that. If you know him, cool. You can have some in depth things to say about him, but if you didn't know him, man, just don't go hooping and hollering like you known this man all your life or anything like that. Yeah. But anyway, Hank Aaron, I didn't see him either, but from what people have said about him and what he's reading up on what he's been through or whatever. Man, he's one of those things where you can push through anything if you really want to. You know what I'm saying? If your heart is set on um doing A, B, C, or D, push through. You're going to have adversity. You just got to push through best way possible. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody to say, everybody has it bad at some point or another. Everybody goes through something. You know what I'm saying? But don't cast your shadow over somebody else's thinking that you had it worse than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find out that you actually had it better than what you had. But coming from Hank Aaron in that era, yeah, rough. But shout out to he will be missed. Guys like that, I wish I could somehow like let them be my mentor because I like to hear about old stories and stuff like that. So, and I know he had a plethora of stories. But shout out to Hank Aaron and his family, man. Y'all hold it down, man. Hold it down. And shout out to the Atlanta Braves too, because
They
most
held,
organizations don't take care of their employees like that, regardless of what they've done for them.
yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Real quick, we'll go with some parting shots. What's your parting shots, guys? We'll start with since Eric finished up.
Well, I'm just like based off of what I just said, man. Today's word of the day for me is persevere. We got a lot of things going on in the world today, in this country, city, state, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that you really want to do in this life, man, persevere and push through. You know what I'm saying? Push through. It's never too bad to where you say F it. And if you do, to me, it was never really that big to you. So push through, man. It'll get better. It'll get better. You gotta believe in it though.
Push through. D Dub.
Not too many parting shots tonight. We got UFC tomorrow night, I believe. Conor McGregor fights tomorrow, so
Yeah.
that's probably McGregor. Yeah, Saturday night, 10 o'clock. So check that out. Good show. Uh, like I said, I think we got a Buffalo Tampa Bay Super Bowl happening in 2 weeks.
You heard it right here. D Dub said Buffalo, Tampa Bay. I'm saying Buffalo, Green Bay. But he believes in Tommy. Believes in Tommy.
In GOAT we trust.
And GOAT hashtag in GOAT we
Yes,
trust.
sir. Yes, sir.
Goat we trust. Oh well, there goes the episode name right there.
There you go.
Goat we trust. My part of shots is that everybody take care of yourselves. Be careful. If you're getting the vaccine, get it. If you're not, wear your mask till we can get a handle on these things. That's about it, man. Shout out to Hank Aaron. Rest in peace, brother. To his family, to the Atlanta Braves organization, for him persevering and going through a lot, man. To do what he did was truly extraordinary, and Yo, man, he was goat of his all time, man. Doing what he's doing. He was hammering Hank Aaron, man. He did his thing, man. Um, that's all I got tonight, man.
Yeah, shout out to DA and Mikey, man. Miss y'all. I know DA came in for a couple of minutes or whatever, man. But hope to see y'all back next week.
Yeah, shout out to
No doubt.
Michael. Shout out to the DA. Pulling over the side of the road and calling us up while he had to, do some errands and things.
Richie from Ron Cockama.
And doubling as Richie from Ron Conkama driving on the LIE. Man, we had a good time tonight. Good show as always. Good show, man. Yo, we'll be back next week so we can analyze some more stuff. We didn't get a chance to get around to baseball, but I mean, we got around to Hank Aaron, but we didn't talk about baseball. But we'll talk about that next week and some of the moves being made, man. But hey, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin L. Warren. I'm your host and moderator. For Daryl D. Dub Warren, for James D. Engelwarren, Eric Warren, for Mike Mills, and Dorian Albritton, the DA, man. This is the Sports Chasers Podcasters, man. Yo, we'll see y'all next week. Y'all be good.